Hey there everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a long time, but I'm ready to get back into the DIY videos. And what better way to get back into them is to do some Halloween DIYs. So I'm going to show you how I made this cute ghost dog and this adorable mummy cat from some chicken wire. And make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos. All right, let's get into the DIYs. So this whole thing started when I went to TJ Maxx and I saw these adorable mummy dog and mummy cats for Halloween that lit up. And I thought, I think I can make those myself with things I already have. So I went out to my barn immediately when I got home and checked to see if I had chicken wire, which I did. And I thought that would be perfect as the base for the dog and the cat. So I brought that inside and I got some snips to cut the chicken wire and I just started cutting. I had no idea where I was going to start with this, but I knew I was going to start off with the cat. I didn't measure anything. I just started cutting chicken wire. So I just cut what I thought would be about the size of the cat's body, and then I just cut that cylinder in half of what I cut out, and I used half of that to create the cat's body. So you can see I left it in a cylinder shape, so that way it was kind of the thickness of the cat's body, and then I just attached the chicken wire together with the pieces that I cut, so that way it would make it easier. I should have wore gloves to do this. I know that because my hands were definitely tore up after this, but I just didn't have any gloves on hand and it's easier to work with just my hands. But I would suggest wearing gloves. Anyways, I am now just kind of shaping the neck of the cat. So I just cinched in where I thought the neck would start and just kind of gathered the chicken wire up and kind of moved the neck upward to make it kind of look like what I thought it would look like. I don't know. Trust the process. This is definitely a trust the process moment here because I wasn't sure what I was doing. But then I came down to the body and kind of cinched in the waist a little bit to kind of make more of a chest and then a belly. And then the other side of the chicken wire, I just shoved that up into the body of the cat and then kind of just made it flat on that side, and that would be the bottom of the cat. So it kind of looks like this now and it looks really weird, but again, trust the process. So the next step, I was going to make the head, and I just took another piece of chicken wire that I cut from the other half that I had cut out, and I'm going to again make a cylinder out of that and then attach that together just with the chicken wire itself. Again, I had no process for this. I was just kind of going on what I thought a cat's head would look like. So I smushed the top together and smushed it in to where it would have two peaks at the top for the ears. And I kind of played around with the ears to make them more pointed and farther apart, separate them a little bit. And then it was looking a little wonky there. Not gonna lie, I was like, I don't think this is gonna work, but I kept going and I made the mouth and nose part come out a little bit, bulged that out a little bit, and then kind of made like the cheeks parts come out a little bit and tucked in the rest of the chicken wire underneath, and it was starting to finally take shape. It's kind of looking like a fox here, I'm not gonna lie. So I just kind of messed around with it a little bit more, smushed in the nose and smushed in the eye parts and fixed the ears a little bit, got it to where I liked it, and then all I did to attach it to the neck was just kind of smush the neck in, and then underneath the head was a hole, so I just smushed it down in there. And now here I am doing a little girl math where this piece is about 4 hands long, so I cut it to 2 hands long, so that way I would have 2 equal halves of chicken wire. And this is where I'm gonna make the legs. So the legs, I already did one over there on the right side, upper right side of the screen. So this is the second set of legs. And again, I just shaped it into a cylinder. And then now I'm kind of just rolling that cylinder into 2 rolls on each side into each other, because the legs are going to be 1. So I'm going to have 4 legs, but they're going to be 2 separate pieces, if that makes sense, because the legs are going to be wrapped together. So I don't need to make 4 separate legs. So then once I rolled in those 2 legs like that, I kind of played around with it to indent the back of the chicken wire to make it look a little more separate, and then kind of make the feet come out a little bit at the bottom, just to make it look more like feet. And then the top there where I created that bowl shape, that is going to be where the hips are basically. So I cut off some of that excess, and then I just kind of folded it down and left it bulging out on the sides a little bit, just to make sure it looked more like hips and it didn't just look like one flat piece of chicken wire coming down from the body. So I just kind of kept checking to see if the legs were about the same size in height, and then also if it was going to look right. And I realized I needed a little bit of extra chicken wire around the hips, so I took what I cut off and just kind of wrapped it around there. And I liked the way it looked. They were starting to look like legs, so I went with it. And I wanted to attach them with some zip ties, because there was nothing really to hold them on with just the chicken wire. So I had some zip ties, and then I just went around the legs and attached them to the back and the front of the bodies. And honestly, I was a little worried that this was not going to stand up and be even, but it actually worked out. I was surprised. So again, I just had to trust the process and go with it, and it was all working out. So I just kind of bent the legs to where I needed them to go, and they were on. Then the last step of the cat was to make the tail. So I just took a leftover piece of the chicken wire that was scrapped, and I rolled it into a cylinder, and then just kind of pointed the end of the tail upward and just shaped it to make it look like a tail, long and skinny. Cut the excess chicken wire off, and then I attached that with just the chicken wire that was already on the end piece of the tail. And this is how the body turned out. I was pleasantly surprised and happy with how much it resembled a cat. I couldn't believe it. So once it's wrapped, I know it's going to look great. Now, to wrap the cat, I'm going to use this piece of drop cloth that I already had. I cut it from a larger piece of drop cloth, so it's probably about a 4x5 piece. And I just cut strips out and then tore them all along, so that way I would have enough. To wrap the cat, it was really easy. I just started off with a piece of drop cloth, and I intertwined it through the belly of the cat first, and then I used a little hot glue to secure it down, and then I just kept wrapping the pieces around the cat until it looked like a mummy, and that was pretty easy. And then I realized I forgot to add the lights that I wanted to add. So I had a pack of battery operated lights, and I started at the head and then just started wrapping them around the cat until I ended at the back of the cat. Then I had plenty of drop cloth left over, thankfully. So I rewrapped the cat, which was a lot easier than the first time. And actually, I'm glad that I did it this way, because it kind of made it a little bit more finished. Then I tucked the battery pack into the back of the cat, and it was finished. I love how it turned out. I think it resembles the cat from TJ Maxx a lot, and I did it from all supplies that I had except for the battery pack. So I'm really just amazed at how well this turned out and how cute it is for Halloween. Now I need to work on the dog. So what I'm going to do for the dog is basically the same thing I did for the cat. So I just cut a long cylinder piece of chicken wire, and then I left it completely long because I wasn't sure. And then I kind of folded up the bottom of the chicken wire. And then I decided where I needed to cut it after I kind of got it a little bit prepared. So I cut it down. It was definitely a little bit longer than the cat because this dog is going to be in a sitting position. And then it also needed to be kind of at an angle and like tilted kind of. So it was a little bit difficult to kind of work that way, but I did the neck and then I kind of angled it inward and downward, and left it that way. And then I went on to start on the head, which I just took a little piece of chicken wire and just kind of did it the same way as the cat, but without the ears. So I'm going to add the ears later for the dog. Once I got the face kind of together, I gave it a good look and added a little bit more chicken wire on the snout to kind of make it stick out a little bit more, to make it look more like a dog head. Then I attached that to the neck and the body of the dog with some zip ties just all the way around to secure it down. So this is what the body and the head looks like. Kind of looks a little bit funky, but again, trust the process. Next, I moved on to the legs. I just took a piece of chicken wire and folded it in half, and then I flattened the top of the chicken wire, and then I kind of curved it around for the hip joint of the leg, and then came down from that and made it a little bit wider, like a cylinder, and then kind of came off of that to make the feet. And I just did this for both legs, and I zip tied them both to the back of the dog. So these are going to be the dog's feet when they're sitting down. For the front legs, they were pretty easy. I just cut a piece of chicken wire and made it into a cylinder and attached the chicken wire to itself with the cut pieces. And then I just made a little foot that came out from the bottom. So it just stuck out a little bit farther at the bottom than it did at the top. And then I tested it out at the chest of the dog just to make sure that it would stand up and the placement and everything. And then I made the second one and I attached both of them to the dog with zip ties like I did everything else. That's the easiest way, I think, to attach these, and it's still adjustable. Next, I did the ears. Those were pretty easy. I just cut a piece of chicken wire and I kind of did it like the legs a little bit, where I flattened it out, but still kept it kind of as a cylinder, but kind of kept a little bit of depth to it in the middle there where I kind of curved it. So I flattened it out and then I kind of curved it, and then I bent the parts up at the bottom and at the top to make it look more like an ear, and kind of played around with it so that way it didn't look too square. Now I'm going to attach these now with zip ties, but later on I realized I shouldn't have done that. So I didn't need to attach them. I could have waited. Next, I'm going to move on to the tail, which was super easy. Just a long cylinder piece of chicken wire. And again, I just used zip ties to attach the tail. I had to use a few more zip ties than I would have liked just to make the tail kind of stand up a little bit more because it was a little floppy. But this is how the dog silhouette turned out. I think it looks great. You could definitely wrap it just like I did with the cat and make it a mummy dog, or do the ghost like I'm gonna do. To make it a ghost dog, I'm just going to use a white king flat sheet that I already had. I just draped it over the dog, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the excess sheet off around the bottom just by cutting it and then just ripping it. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to kind of floof underneath, and it, you're not really going to see that part anyways. Now for the head, I need to cut out the part where the snout is. So I just used some scissors and made a little hole, and then I kind of ripped that hole wider to pull that snout through. Just being very gentle, not ripping it hard at all, just enough to get that snout through. And then for the ears, this is where I shouldn't have put the ears on. I didn't need to do that right then and there. So I went ahead and took those off and cut a slit in the sheet and then reattached those ears with the zip ties. So once I got that done, I realized you can totally see the chicken wire through the bed sheet because it's not very thick. So I decided to take the excess leftover sheet that I had and put that over the dog just to kind of double up on it. So that way you couldn't see the chicken wire as much. It looked a little bit thicker and nicer that way. And then again, I just went around and cut the excess bottom, recut the snout out, so pull that through, and did the same thing with the ears and reattached those ears with some more zip ties. I definitely gave myself a little bit of extra work here, but that's okay in the long run. Now, to cover my snout, I got this fabric from Dollar Tree. It just comes in these little pieces, and it's furry and fluffy, and it looks like dog fur to me. So I cut a circle out of one of them. I added some hot glue right in the middle of that circle, and then I just put it right over the snout, and then I just tucked in the pieces at the bottom right into the chicken wire because it stayed and it worked perfectly like that. So I didn't have to use really any more hot glue. And then I got this nose and eye set for stuffed animals off of Amazon. So I added the little nose in the middle. And then for the eyes, I cut out a couple more circles and hot glued those onto the sheet and then added the eyeballs into those circles. I'm going to fix that later because it doesn't look right, and I sat with it for so long and I had to come back and fix it. So you'll see that later on in a few minutes. And then I went around the ears and covered the ears with some more of that furry fabric and just kind of hot glued underneath and wrapped it around where I needed to. And then I had some leftover pieces because I only bought 3 sheets of this fabric at Dollar Tree. So I kind of had to piece the tail together, but it worked out because the tail, this fur is so easy to work with and it kind of just covers as you go. So now I'm back again later on and I'm looking at those eyes and I cannot deal with those eyes like that. So I took some little scissors and I cut around the eyes, just around the first piece of that sheet, so I didn't go into the second piece, and I just cut eye holes out. So I cut the fur out and that made eye holes, and then I hot glued the fur inside to that other sheet so that way the eye looked more inset into the sheet and it looked more realistic. And then I decided to add this cute little pumpkin lantern that was from Dollar Tree. I hot glued it to its mouth. I thought it was going to be too heavy, but it actually worked perfectly after I added the zip tie to it, so it wasn't too heavy. I love how this ghost dog turned out. I also added lights later on because I forgot to add those again. I just get so excited and forget to add things, and so I came back and just wrapped them with some lights, but I love how this ghost dog turned out. And that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the mummy cat and the ghost dog. Let me know down in the comments which one you liked more, or if you liked both of them, or what you would do differently. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.